our guest here is Soundz, singer-songwriter, producer that we just honestly just found out when we talked to Diverse giving us the tea on what Soundz has been able to do in the back end. Because I was not too familiar with Soundz as a producer, but yeah, Diverse let us know, and it was very, very interesting. He just put out a recent single, and we had to chop it up, man. We had to chop it up this week to see what he's saying, man. I think he is. I don't know if he's having issues, but we should be solid to come back. Anyway, man. But very soon, I think I can let us some speakers up in the meantime. But anyway, man, I'm very intrigued to hear from Soundz. Typically, whenever we have a guest, do as much as I can. Okay, he's here. Soundz, what's good? Good evening, man. Welcome. How's it going, my bro?
I'm good. I'm feeling great. How you doing?
Doing well. Man, it's been a while. We've been covering your material. Obviously, we've been paying attention to everything you've been doing. You just dropped a single this past weekend.
Yeah.
Numero.
Yeah, Numero.
How's that feeling, man? To finally put it out.
Great.
Yeah.
Feels great to be back in my own terms, because I've sort of been out of the space for most of this year. So I basically just started my run for the year.
Gotcha.
So it feels great. The reception has been quite all right.
That's good, man. And I know that even the record was kind of having its own momentum before you dropped it, which is crazy, man. Yo, man, typically whenever we have guests, I try to do my due diligence to cover all the grounds, and whichever holes that I have in my knowledge of the artist, I try to fill them up. But overall, frankly, I kind of like that I didn't find too much when trying to prepare for our interaction. So I'm just gonna essentially open up the floor to essentially just to get a bit of your story and your background, because as much as we do know, you've been putting out music since 2019, right?
Yeah.
And
I'm sure way before.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, but professionally 2019, which you were probably like 19 around that time, which is crazy. So let's just take it back to just before that moment, before you're putting out music professionally, man. What was your first encounter with music? How did the journey start for you? Just take us to the background a bit.
I mean, to be honest, I've always been a music guy.
Yeah.
Because it was just until I grew to a certain level or certain age, I realized that my dad and his brothers were like DJs in their own time.
Right.
So it sort of was something that's always been around me. Because I was always curious about me. Anytime, I remember when I was younger, I had like the ability to memorize songs so much. Like if anybody dropped a song, I've memorized it and I'm singing it word for word. And I don't even mind learning the lyrics, beats, rap, beats, R&B, beats, Afrobeat. And it was just something I was very curious about. It wasn't an intentional decision.
Gotcha.
So the curiosity grew to the point where I was so curious as how people made such beautiful music. Gotcha. Like I might listen to a song and I'm like, what did they put together? How did they put one and two and get this? So that curiosity was what birthed my, let me try. It literally started from re-singing people's stuff, like
doing covers.
Yeah. I mean, then I won't call it doing covers, because I was just singing exactly the way they sang it, just to see if I can replicate the same thing that they did. And as that was growing, I started picking up beats and doing my own things, and from there, I just I had an old stage name. I'm not going to give you guys a name.
Wait, that's part of the problem. That was part of my issue, because it definitely had to be a name change, because it was almost not so much I could trace back. But I definitely see that in terms of like your encounter with music. You're talking about your dad and your uncle being DJs.
Yeah.
Right. That's insane. What type of records were they like? Like, were they playing around you? Like, what were some of the songs, what were some of the artists that you were taking in at that age?
So it was crazy. The funny part about this is, when I was growing up, they didn't show it. I think they were in the phase where they were trying to get their things together, and adults will always try to cover up their hobbies. They make it seem like they don't have hobbies. So it took me a while to actually. It was until I started showing interest in music that was when my dad actually like told me that, they used to do this when they were younger, and it was a case where not one person could DJ. It was that era where they had to be like three. One person had to like be rowing the tape, another person is speaking the next disc to play. So it was, and I could imagine how crazy it was that like 4 brothers were doing music together, even if they were not singing. So it just made it make sense to me that.
So are you telling us that you could have been in a boy band?
I mean, I don't know. Probably if they were serious, if they locked in enough. But I think life happened and they just faced reality.
Oh, okay. That's mad.
It was on.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was up to the point where I, started like showing interest in it. Mm-hmm. That was when I knew that it was actually something that, my dad had meddled around when he was younger.
Right.
So then, he started giving me pointers on, this is what you used to listen to. Mm-hmm. Used to listen to a lot of R&B. Used to listen to a lot of. He had like a diverse here. So I think that just gave me the idea of not just sticking to a particular type of sound.
Right.
And literally what birthed my name, Soundz, was, my transition from just being an artist to, I wanted something generic. And also I don't play keyboard. I don't play any musical instruments. Right. And while I was younger, I was moving with the mindset that, okay, if I wanted to even do music for real, I had to because then I used to see guys, with guitars at their back and they are moving, and I used to consider them as a real artist.
Right.
And for me, I was like, I can't I can't play guitar, I can't play keyboard. But then I have like this imagination in my head. Like I can tell you, okay, I'm hearing something. Mm-hmm. I'm hearing sounds. And I can bring those sounds to life. Gotcha. So literally that was what birthed the name Soundz.
Interesting, man.
That's how I've been going with it.
Yeah, interesting. And you said you really wanted to get something generic, you didn't want to feel boxed in, essentially, right?
Yeah, I wanted to give myself the room to grow. And not have to get to a certain point in my career and now feel the need to change my name again or do something.
Yeah, no.
So that was just what came to me at the time.
Yeah. No, I mean, hopefully at some point we'll be able to get out the previous name, because I'm more curious now too, in terms of digging up things. No, but you kind of mentioned diverse sound, and I wanted to use that to even transition to us having diverse, actually, very recently. Oh, yeah. He was on here and he pretty much opened my mind to you as the producer, because I did not know you were behind Ckay in terms of the production, which is insane to find that out, bro. Tell us about your production. Obviously we know you as the artist, but talk to me about the producer aspect of you, man. When did that begin? And obviously Diverse kind of mentioned that you were obviously selling beats at the time, so just tell us about your journey as a producer, man. That's something interesting that I didn't know before.
Yeah, the producer side literally came out fully when during the name change.
Okay.
Because when I wanted to change my name, I also wanted something I could use as a producer and as an artist. at the time.
Okay.
And when I didn't really do production too. I didn't think I would be so good at production, to be honest. Because like I said, it was just curiosity. I never learned anything musical from anybody.
Right.
I just randomly, I was just so curious that I would check YouTube, see one or do just put one or two together, and it just stuck.
Gotcha. Self-taught.
So I never for once thought that, oh, you're going to be that guy, that you're going to make great records and all of that. I mean, to be very honest, then I just wanted to make crappy beats that I could sell for artists in my area. Then, so that I could gather some funds and go to the studio to meet a better producer to make a good song for me. So that was the idea.
Yeah.
So it was just very, very, it just happened.
Gotcha.
And while I kept going, doing the production, I kept getting better. And I kept meeting people, and that was when I realized that I had the ability to actually develop talents, make a song better, because it's not just about the beat.
Yeah.
It's not just about listening. I know a couple of artists that I've worked with, and I've worked with career-wise, and I could see the growth, like you said, like Diverse, the YKB.
Man.
There's a bunch of them. So it was something that kept growing the more I did it. And that's just how he is. It has always been a part of me.
That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Because I speak to artists that are also producers. Typically, the producer end of it comes out of necessity. Sometimes it's just out of survival in some sense, just to
exactly
just to be able to feed your I'm sure you also mix yourself as well. You had to learn that as well to in order to be able to put your music out. And then looking at it from a business standpoint, I'm just going to make it as a plan to generate some revenue to pour into my own artistry, which is, man, it's obviously very sound of you to be doing that at that point, you know what I mean? So yeah, big ups to you for that.
I mean, we had no choice.
Yeah, it sounded like that, but we definitely hear it, man. But overall, man, your journey's been interesting to watch, bro. Your journey's been interesting to watch. I mean, Attention, Fever, my goodness, man, strong milestones that you have on the digital front. I think it's one of those cases where I feel like on the digital front, your numbers are healthy. These numbers are these records are doing their own momentum on TikTok, especially this new record now. Looking at the scale of how music is right now, how do you come with the acceptance of being stronger or having a stronger presence digitally as opposed to say outside of that? Do you ever see that disparity as something that you need to close up in order to be in front of your records more, in order to be up on stage a lot more? Is that something that you have in the back of your mind that you always want to help connect? Because people get the sentiments that you're kind of you have good records, you have big hits, but there's just something that they don't see in terms of your presence overall that relates to real life. Do you see that disparity in that case?
Yeah, I definitely see it. Yeah. And first, to clarify, I don't think, I mean, me for once, I was never the guy that decided that, I want to be in the background.
Gotcha.
Or I want to be just that guy that just makes the music, let the music just go. I don't want to be up on stage and all. But I think I've gone through so many different phases of growth in my music.
Right.
And even from the production aspect, working with other artists has also helped shape my sound. Right. So I think what I would say is I have literally been assimilating a lot or taking in a lot, and my music just went ahead of my time. There were things that a lot of my records, I was not prepared for them. To start with, a song I had a song Darasimi, which was my first song that had motion. Yeah. And it was crazy that when I dropped the record, it was during COVID lockdown. Yeah. And nobody would have, if you told me then that, bro, this song will move, because first it was a big risk to drop a song when everybody's inside.
Right.
And, you know, I didn't mind. Me and my team didn't mind. We took the risk regardless. And we dropped it just because, you know, we just wanted for the fun of it. And it went. And we were inside. So it was crazy that the song started going crazy, but I couldn't come out. You get, there was no way to be physically there for the song. So I think that sort of like dulled the momentum. That's when we hear, a lot of people know the song, but they don't know the artist who sang it. So it was sort of like what happened there. I think that's where it started from. And after that, that was when that's when I feel like the real Soundz was born. Because before then, I used to make a lot of covers, and I was so good at it that I started challenges. Like maybe an artist would drop a song, and I've already done my cover by 12 a.m. that same day, 12 p.m. that same day. I've posted it. Right. I've reproduced the whole song and posted it. And because I made a cover, they will start a challenge. And I became so good at it that it started seeming like a label.
Right.
Like they started like labeling me that, this cover guy. Because I remember I did Brown Skin Girl cover that went crazy viral, that I was performing it in shows. And that was really, really surreal for me to have at that time. So there was a lot of figuring out to do. I knew that I didn't want to just be making music based off vibes, or just, you know. And the fact that I worked with other artists too as a producer, you know, I've seen stuff that I need to work on myself.
Gotcha.
And that, when you're working on someone, you're working on a project for someone, you take some info for yourself that, I think I need to do better at this, and I need to be better at this, or I shouldn't make this mistake. Because sometimes you're not able to advise yourself, but you can advise other people, and you just learn from it.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that going on. And so after that, after the whole lockdown PE, I would say that was when I really started to be Soundz, because as crazy as in my sound, my first hit didn't do as well digitally. That was when I started to see the reality of what music was. Because you can make a hit here and, you know, you can't even eat from it. And it was crazy to me when I realized that, because after Darasimi, I had a song Cinderella. And when I dropped the song, you know, then I was so gingered because we're back outside. I used the templates that I used for Darasimi, and I doubled the budget. I was like, no, this is a sure banker. This has to go. You understand? And we dropped the song and it didn't go. It was a good song. But then I realized that I think I was making a mistake. I was chasing the moment I had before.
Gotcha.
Which was when I took a step back. I think I didn't drop music for about 6-7 months that year, because I dropped Cinderella in December, and I didn't drop anything till the next year, October or so. And it was a very, very rough time for me, because, you know, it wore me out. I felt down. I felt like, because COVID messed up my moment. You know, as an artist, we've been waiting for that song. And you finally had one, and you couldn't go out to, you know, promote it and all of that. Then you now drop one down and it flops.
Right.
It does things to an artist, but I'm happy it happened, because I use it as a fuel instead of something to tear me down.
Gotcha.
And the next release after that was Down with Chop Daily. So what literally made us give Chop Daily the song was because I was scared. In an ecosystem where you have certain type of sounds dominating the industry, you have to, as a young guy, the music I was making then, they sounded too mature for me. It sounded like, oh, if I had a song like Down, who's going to listen to it? Like, it just sounds like I'm just trying to be this Yankee guy or this UK boy that I'm not.
Right.
So it was a really, really skeptical move. Like, and so we just said, okay, let's see who we can give the record to, and let's just do it as a feature because I was scared. I remember I didn't drop the song. I only dropped the song because my manager like forced me, like, yo, bro, let's just do this thing with Chop Daily. I'm like, okay, no problem, let's see. And we did it with Chop Daily, and that was my first song to get 1 million streams.
Mad.
And when I saw the numbers going up, I also did not believe it, because I remember then I was getting dragged on Twitter at some point that I was doing some agricultural moves. I was also shocked. Like, I wish I knew how to, because I'm also as surprised as you are, because I didn't really understand what was going on.
Right.
And because I had a hit here. I remember I performed down at a Fireboy show one year and nobody was singing. And when I performed Darasim, everybody was singing. And I'm like, but this song has more than 1 million streams. So what's going on? So that was when my mind started to open that, okay, there's actually like a world outside this ecosystem that you are used to. So I now started making more of what I was scared to do. So that was what I would say birthed the Afro R&B sounds, which is the sounds of attention, the sounds of fever and pressure and all of that. Yeah. So it's so crazy that one experiment was what led to my own, my real digital breakthrough, as as you would say. So it wasn't a case where I said, oh, I wanted to be backstage, or I just want to be a mysterious artist or mysterious guy.
Right.
Nah. Aside the fact that I was going through life as an upcoming artist, there were things happening around me that shouldn't be happening to an upcoming artist. There's stuff that should be happening to an artist with backing and a label that is pushing them. Okay, your song is moving in this country. Yeah, go there. I didn't have any of that.
Wow.
They were just happening to me, and I was just in Lagos looking. Type of thing.
Wow.
So yeah. The music just moved more than I anticipated it to do.
Yeah, I think you put it very well, man. I think it all makes sense. Like the music, just I think from that position you were in, just releasing music, it felt like it was just out of passion, and it didn't necessarily feel like you were anticipating that level of success. Exactly. And
I wasn't. I wasn't.
Yeah. It all makes sense, man. It definitely all makes sense. And you even kind of hinted towards the Afro R&B sound, and trust me, bro, like you're present in my Afro R&B playlist. Like there's a good amount of of ambience that comes with the records that you have out, and
there's so much more coming. There's so much more. That's the only thing I can promise you. If there's anything I can promise you tonight, is the real Afro R&B sounds is actually the one that's on the way.
Okay.
That you guys have.
No, man, it makes sense. It makes sense. Speaking of that sound as well, like, tell us a little bit about the influences. Like, who are some of the artists that you listened to growing up that poured into the sound that you put out today? Like, I'm sure some names come to mind, but I just wanted to reassure me of it.
So yeah, by default, the two guys that made me literally like go into, I would say, making covers at first, because that's what I started with, like I said, was Malik Berry and Mr. Easy.
Okay, Mr. Easy is interesting. I like that.
So Mr. Easy, I think that's where the balance is, because Malik Berry has like this UK emotional, like he has the bounce too, but you feel the emotion when you're listening to Malik Berry. There's emotion all over his voice. And Mr. Easy just had this raw energy, like when he doesn't care how he sounds.
How he sounds, yeah.
He wasn't that guy that was trying to be the best singer And for someone like I said, then I had the mentality that, oh, you know, you had to like be perfect in some way. You have to like, oh, be a music guru at some point to like do this. So it was like an inspiration for me, because Easy at the time was just making music for the fun of it. Like you could hear him having fun in the songs. Then like when you heard Legova, you knew that like, bro, this nigga is just having fun. And I wanted to have fun while I was making my music too. So I really took Malik Berry and Mr. Easy. I took their music and like used them as like a reference for what I was trying to create. So those are like the OGs, and in my opinion, I mean, they're still the Wizkid and the one the Cole. But I stuck with Malik Berry and Mr. Easy because they built so much ability around their imperfections. Malik Berry was also like, is also a producer and an artist. So that's where like all of that come from. Like you see people, you know, just trying to make what they have, make the best out of what they have. So that was what I was on.
That makes sense. That makes all the sense, especially Mr. Easy, because Mr. Easy, if there's anything you can say about Mr. Easy, yes, like you mentioned, it doesn't necessarily have the most, you know, packaged, quintessential like vocals, like, but at the end of the day, his melodies were addictive. Like you were stuck on those melodies, and he's so melody driven, and I feel like you are as well. I feel like that makes sense, because many of your records, it just comes down to how it feels, right? It comes down to the emotions that you get out of it, bro. And it's even speaking of melodies, one of my favorite records from you was from the Diamonds and Roses EP, and this was with Olive the Boy, record called Mad.
Yeah, the story of that song is so funny,
bro. Please tell me, man. Because
that was the first day I met Olive. By the way,
mad.
I was in Ghana, Accra at the time, and I just wanted to make a strictly Afro and Diamond and Roses is a purely Afro and Afro R&B project. Like, I wasn't trying to look for a banger out of the project. I wasn't trying to create a banger for the project. I just wanted to, you know, I have so much, because the fact that I'm a producer, I have so many records that I just pass on over time. And because I wasn't really releasing music, you know, there are just so many songs that, you know, I like it at the point, and later I just don't like it anymore. Like, I just move on from it. And I just felt like I wasn't being fair to people, because I was already getting to the point where I was already getting to the business part of music.
Right.
Which is, you know, you're thinking about the industry, you're thinking about, you know, how do you break through and all of that. But then I just wanted to make a project that felt like, you know, this is just what the kind of music I'm feeling at the time.
Right.
Anybody that resonates with it, you know. And I was in Accra at the moment. I remember I texted Vampire, which is Olive's producer. Yo, I'm around. Can I pull up to the studio? And I texted Olive that, yo, I'm in Accra. Let's just link. And we met for the first time in the studio. And the beats for Mad was the beats that Vampire played. That was the only beat he played. It was as if he prepped it before we came. And immediately he played it. We're just vibing. And if you listen to the song, you can tell that it just seemed like we're just passing, you know, vibes.
Yeah, like, for sure.
Oh, yo, you sing this part. Okay, I'll take the next 4. You take.
Yeah, you guys are going back and forth. Yeah,
we're not thinking about what we wanted the song to be about. We're just feeding off each other's vibe, because it was the first time we met each other, and we just wanted to play around. At the time we're creating the record, we were not creating it for it to make the project or anything. So after we made the song, like, bruh, we just knew that this song is too sweet to just leave.
Yeah,
so let's just, you know, put it in the project and let it go. So
it's a beautiful record. The entire EP, I can remember when I was doing it on my live stream, bro. Like, the entire EP was just a pleasure to go through.
Thank you.
And even speaking to your EPs, you have a running theme of Diamond. The first one was In the Rough. And then the next project was Diamond and Roses. What's this obsession with Diamond?
You're taking me back, man.
What's up, man? Where's this from?
So I consider myself a diamond because, bro, And so the story of In the Rough, I already gave you like a clue as to where my mind was at the time.
Right.
So that project was supposed to be a totally different project. It was supposed to have a totally different name. Some songs were supposed to be there, but there was one day I listened to what the project was then, and I felt like I was lying to myself. It was, I had songs where I was singing like I had made it. I had songs where I had songs I was singing like I was.
No, but sometimes it can be aspirational now. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, but they were not aspirational. If I'm being honest with myself.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
They were like, where you sing is I pull up in the Bentley, bro. You ain't got no Bentley, man.
You see, you're not living your raps, I see.
So it was just like me trying to be what like the industry would want an upcoming artist to be like.
Right.
Yeah. And I wasn't going through with it. My mind wasn't, having it. And I knew if I wanted a fan base, I wanted to be honest with my fan base. I wanted them to love me for me. I wanted them to just, if you like my music, you like it, not because I'm trying to be someone I'm not.
Right.
And I scrapped the whole project, and I told my manager, I have an idea, and I want to tell the truth. And when I was like, I want to tell, I feel like I'm lying. It sounded deep, and like I'm just like, that's how I felt. Like I just want to say the truth. And you're like, okay, how do you feel? My immediate response was I felt like I was undervalued. And when I say undervalued, I mean I have so much potential that I'm even giving other artists out of it. And it's doing so much for them. Because at the time I had worked with Diverse, I had worked with YKB, made Alabama, made San Siro for YKB.
Mad. Bro, that record.
Stuff. Done stuff for Jaido P, even artists that I don't sound like, I ended up elevating their music. Yeah. And it was so wild to me that, you are very good. Like, you are talented. But you are in a rough place. It feels like, I felt like I did not belong.
Right.
I felt like I was in a foreign place where I had to like move or act in a certain way before I could like be considered an actual artist in this, Nigerian industry. And then I just wanted to, this is the situation. There's nothing I can do about it than to love my own self. So I first had to accept that, yes, I have potential. I am a diamond in the rough. I'm in a rough space, in a rough industry, in a rough terrain. But regardless, I know my potential. I know my worth. And I know what, the power that I have. And I'm not going to let the surrounding take that away from me. So that was like the story of In the Rough. And, it was amazing that project was where attention and pressure, is. So after we dropped the project, attention just took off, and it was so crazy that it now literally just showed me what I needed to. It just confirmed that you're not for here. I mean, there's like there's a big world ahead of you. This is just like a stepping stone.
Right.
So that's the story of In the Rough. Diamond and Roses was like a follow-up.
Yeah.
It was like you were a diamond in the rough now, but now you're not in the soil again. You're not inside the soil again. You're already sort of like on the surface, but you're still in between. So the roses, the funny thing about roses is as pleasant as they are sometimes roses come from thorns.
Yeah.
And, those thorns are on the surface. They are like those green things that are on the surface. So I don't see myself as an underdog anymore, but I still see myself as you are in the conversation, but you are still in the midst of so many, things that are going to hinder you, but you have to focus on the roses, not the thorns. So that's where a song like Sunshine comes in.
Yeah.
Where I was talking about, I might be going through a lot right now. I might, things might not be easy for me, but I am I know there's a bright future in front of me.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm focusing on. So that's like the story behind Diamond and Roses and Abby in the rough to Diamond and Roses. So very in everything, I am still the diamond. Even as we speak, I am still the diamond. So yeah.
Nice, man. And I'm sure the follow-up to the Diamond and Roses is continuing on that theme.
Yes, it's a whole new beginning, man. It's a whole new beginning.
Awesome, man. That sounds amazing, bro. I know I've been hugging the mic for a bit. We have some people that might have some questions for you on here. We have Genio. What's up, Genio?
Hi, Ima. Hi, Soundz. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, this is going to be crazy, man, because I can't lie. I've been like a huge fan of Soundz like for years now. Like years.
Man.
This is not even going to be a question thing. I think it worked like a full circle moment for me, even. Because I remember 2019 there. I think I was working at Niger FM then. I was trying to put my Oga on Soundz. Soundz even will not remember this DM on IG then. I texted him, pull up to battle. Niger FM. That was 2019. Oh, man, it was crazy. That I literally was fighting the bosses then to put his songs on radio.
Crazy.
That was how like connected I was with music.
Love.
Because at that time, I legit was not in a good place. And I think I stumbled on Ballerina then. And that song, man, that song was crazy for me. Like, it was usually in repeat for hours. I've never played any song. Till now, I've never played any song like that. Like, that's my life. You get? So, man, it feels like, I can't come here and say Soundz is like, I think everybody knows how it sounds. It's somebody that cannot make bad music. Sound is good, but I feel like Finito is even better. You get? Like, his producer side is even crazier than his.
My producer side is Finito, though. But sorry, let me just correct.
Oh, sorry.
It's 4.
Yeah, sorry, I mixed it up.
Yeah, don't worry.
Like, I think it was Finito that made Ballerina. That was why. That's why I mixed it up. Yeah, sorry. I mean, his producer side is even crazier that I feel like people are not even tapped in yet to that side of his. Do you get? But what I think about, like, right now, I'm just.
Sorry to cut you short. Yeah, just to put this out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I am working on a project as a producer. You know, I put like 5 artists on there, and I didn't sing. I just produced. And, you know, I might drop that soon. Just putting that out there for you guys.
Right.
So, yeah.
I can't wait to be hearing phone every time. I can't wait. So, I want to say something, right? Yeah, before In the Rough. Yeah, In the Rough was like one of the best projects for me from Soundz. I remember then, I think we had like a WhatsApp group where I think he was not accredited then, but I lost my phone. That was when you were feeling like the rollout for the project and stuff. It was crazy enough that I've never heard any project that made me like move to tears before. This is crazy for me, man. You don't believe like how crazy it is. I've never been so emotional about an artist before. Dante could have even heard my text in his DM, me screaming. Imam was accept my mic. Do you know how crazy that is?
That's wild,
bro. You know how I feel for him, and I feel for Soundz more.
That's crazy.
It is, the growth has been one of like the most, like, you know, when you're happy for something. So bad. If you check my feed now, you see my posts from 2019 about Soundz. So I just hope people tap in, man. People have to tap into Soundz. It makes crazy ass music. Like, his music is so good. So good. Like, I can't even explain it. You get? You're looking for emotion, you're looking for passion, you're looking for genuine feelings. You can hear it in there. You get? And it has never declined. It keeps getting better and better and better. The growth is stellar. Like, the evolution is there, the story is there, everything for you to buy into Soundz is there. Even just the name makes sense. So when I'm just like, let me just let other people go there. I'll just keep it.
Thank you so much for that, bro. I really, really do. I appreciate that.
Solid, man. Shout out to Junior for that one, man. Dante, what's good?
I'm busy. Hi, Ma.
Hello.
Hello, Soundz. Good
Yo,
evening.
Dante, what's good?
I'm good. See, I can't really like pinpoint when I got like Soundz got on my radar, but one thing that was clear to me was in 2019. So Soundz was saying the stories about like um giving artist guidance when he works with them because I was very familiar with like the producer side of Soundz because I had friends back then who actually made a song that he produced or mastered. I think it was you engineer, but you definitely were the recording engineer for that song. It was like it's not much on the record, but like there was a record called Flex by a guy called We, another guy called Numero, and
Oh,
it was like a yeah. I don't know
I
if you
think I
remember that
remember this
record.
one. I
Yeah,
think I remember
and
it.
yeah, I remember them coming back to school that day, and they were just like blown away by your guidance and how you knew how to tell both the rapper and the singer how they should arrange themselves like on the record. And I think a lot of artists don't get to experience that. So when you were just saying, "Oh, guidance and um taking your own advice," I'm just here to validate that Sounds was not lying. Um, then with the old cover thing, it's so interesting that your covers were like traveling through different Nigerian universities, especially in the southwest. And again, the old you went to, I think you're performing a cover of the Fireboy record or whose record. Again, not surprised by that because it was just like everywhere. And I think the one question I would ask is back in December, YKB's Active Yard, you came out to perform. I started performing, right? My question is very much like, do you see the real life engagement now? Because, bro, you were performing, right? I don't know if you remember this. And that was literally, so like in the middle of the performance, they turned off the light of the venue. Because apparently
Yeah.
we had gone past curfew, but niggas were still singing, like you were performing with no light and the crowd was loud. So while, there's always the conversations about Sounds is on his own lane, his numbers are crazy, all these things is crazy. I have seen you in the midst of the audience and community in Nigeria that represents those numbers and they go crazy for your record. So
Right.
I'm now like, I know those conversations, but I'm like, do you see it yourself now? Have you started seeing it in Nigeria, in Lagos, like in real
Yeah,
life?
I would be lying if I say I have not felt. I mean, it's been so many times. It's happened so many times. I remember, I remember the Active Yard event. I mean, I literally had goosebumps because when the lights went off, I didn't know what to expect. But it was crazy that the lights came on from their phones and they kept singing. they it was as if they were like, yo, Sounds, don't worry, we got
Got
you.
you.
And
Yeah.
it was so surreal for me. Like, I appreciated that moment so much. And this kind of like moment has happened like a couple times. I remember I was on Ckay tour. He had like a university tour.
Unito.
And yeah.
That's crazy.
And
You're on that.
we yeah, bro. The story of that tour is crazy, man. And we went I think the first school we went to was OU. And the girl, the host, I think the MC or the hype lady was like, she was trying to call me out, and I was backstage, and like, I didn't know what to expect. And she was like, oh, there's this guy, she loves him so much, and his name starts from S. And people just started shouting. And I was like, maybe there's another guy with S. Like, there has to be someone else. It cannot be me that they are shouting for like this much. And she called the full name, and this shout was even louder. And when I came on, the energy was crazy, and they sang with me. And I just could not believe it because
Crazy.
it seemed like it seemed like I didn't know what to expect. And after that, the next school was even crazier. And for some reason, of which I don't know, I'm not here to portray or anything. That was where like I was taken off the top. But it just felt
Ooh. Okay.
felt very real.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to go to the East. I mean, go to ABJ. But at the second school, after, how the second school went, I was taking off the top. So, yeah. It just, it's just one of those things.
Right.
And it just proves to me that, yeah, you actually have a shot at this. Regardless of if people say you are just a digital artist or you're just a background guy, or even when your own fellow artists that, you've helped their career still treat you like you are, nobody, you are actually like the guy. So, yeah, thank you for, reminding me,
Yeah. Shout out Dante, man. Honestly, that was a much needed context. And yeah, man, like interesting that you've also experienced that, like in terms of the touring, right? Like I guess, yes, unfortunately I was gonna even ask more about the aspect of traveling around the country. It's still something that we still as a topic that we still need to explore more of, because we're seeing very recently Odumodu, Lona, more artists are getting on the road more. Within Nigeria at least, and I would have loved to even like get more insights from your perspective of doing that with Ckay, but unfortunately that was cut short. Was it just OAU that you did, or was there some shows before that?
Yeah, I did OAU. That's Ife. I did OAU. That's Agoiwe. I think I did Ibadan. Yeah. So those are the 3 schools I did, and bro, they were amazing. That's like all I can say. And I think I also was on Sound City store at some point.
Okay.
I went to Fonab, and it was also mad. Like the story of that day was so crazy that I got to the show late. My car broke down on the way. I got to the show late, and they didn't want me to perform. Like, it was so much begging. Like, let me on the stage. Like, don't, like, your main act, I've not performed. Just let me do my thing and go.
Right.
And after so much begging, I finally got on stage and the crowd was crazy. And people that did allow me perform were making videos of me, and I was just laughing. But yeah, I mean, after this project I'm dropping next, I'm definitely going back on the road fully. So, nice. And this is going to be on my own terms, not trying to follow anybody's footstep, or regardless of what reaction I'm going to meet, I'm going to take that chance.
That's amazing, man. So I guess for the tour, you're thinking on a local, nationwide type of adventure, or are you looking towards, the UK? There's obviously the diaspora markets are still open up to artists.
I mean, I went to the UK last year,
right.
And I had like a small impromptu meet and greet show, and it actually went really well. So
nice.
I have plans to go back to the UK this year.
Okay.
To do a few things, definitely a thought too, and some few shows, and definitely going to East Africa too to touch base on.
That's another market that you obviously are doing very well in.
I mean, there's so much in the works. I can't even lie.
That's amazing, man.
So yeah.
Can I ask if the one you went to the UK, that was when you were working with Gabsy?
Yeah, that was when I shot the video with Gabsy.
For Attention 2.0, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Mad. All right, appreciate it, man. Kodak World.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Big ups to Eman. I feel he's very cool, like, coming back on this space, because I've not been here for like over 12 months now.
Right.
But like, big ups to you, and thanks for bringing me up, because
for sure, man.
I have this personal side of me with Soundz that I don't want to say it's coincidental, but like, it's very, very crazy. So like, around 2018, I don't know if you still remember. So like, I work in I think it's that company. We do nylon and stuff. So then I was living with my uncle, and then we got Soundz. you just see Soundz open his laptop. He will just sit down on this naked bed. I'm sorry, please, I have to say it. He will just sit down on this naked bed at the
Sounds, come
back.
on, open your ass,
Anytime
man.
we are not working, he will just open the laptop. Soundz can sample anything beats then. I remember very, very, very well because I have this passion for music then. So I think that was when he started, I think, talking with Spyro then. So like anytime you just like talking with an artist then, you just like, hey, shut up. You just keep quiet. It's about to go into his artist mode and stuff like that. So like I think after working 2 months, his dad paid me. He paid me salary for 2 months plus then, because I had to run away from Ikorodu to Lagos because I wanted to come and face my music and stuff. Unfortunately, I never blew. But like,
Nigga
yeah,
said Ikorodu to Lagos. Bro, Ikorodu is still in Lagos now.
yeah, I know. Like I came to
You mean like island
Ebeda
or?
from Ikorodu. So like from living there, I think 2019. That was when I came across that was me, and I was like, I know this sound now. This phone, like I don't hear something like this before. So from there, I went to IG and I like checked this picture. I was like, wow, this sounds and stuff like that. So like from there, it has been amazing. It has been very, very, very inspiring. And like big ups to you. I'm very, very proud of you. And trust me, you inspire me a lot than you can even imagine. And
Thank you,
I
man,
think
bro.
a question I want to also ask is that your collaboration with Olive the Boy Twice, that's mad and design. Trust me, those particular
Yeah.
collaboration, they are a gem, like a very crazy gem. The part on Mad when Olive the Boy was like, you're my lighter, but not the one I use for my whistler. Like those play was very crazy. Back to design.
Olive is crazy like that. I mean, I'm trying to put something together to
Yeah,
probably
please do
work
it,
on it.
please, like a collaboration EP,
A
please. You have to
joint
do
P
it, please.
with him, yeah.
Nah, the synergy is there, bro. You should definitely
Like
explore
two of
that.
them just know how to throw it to their self. Even on design, like Melanin, Shay, like they just know how to like throw the thing to two of them. Like it's very, very crazy. And like yeah, big ups to you, please. Big ups to you. And definitely your concert this year we are pulling off. Thank you. And
Thank you very much,
thank you,
man.
man. Thank you.
Mad,
Yeah,
man, mad.
Soundtown is coming. Soundtown is coming.
Dope, man. Dope, man. Shout out to you, Kodak, for that one, bro. Nice, nice, nice. I have Mr. Proper in here.
Hey, what's up? You guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's good, my bro?
Yeah, Sounds. First of all, I got to tell you, you're a great dude, very genuine. Like, I remember I messaged you in Snapchat, bro, and like, you just engage with your fans. It means a lot to us personally, it means a lot to me. And you even at one point wished me a happy
Thank you very
birthday.
much,
So I
man.
got to say, you're a real dude, bro. Like I wish you all the best, all the success in the world. You're just very genuine. I see you grinding every day in the studio, just making beats. Like, like to be honest, I became a fan like instantly, and that was about 2 years ago. Um, just your music came on, and then I just can feel that kind music for the soul. Like whatever you're going through, just music will just get you through. Um, just it means so much, and I fell in love with your jam. I listen to your songs almost every day. You're definitely been my top three artists every wrap up every year.
Mad.
It
Thank
just
you, man.
yeah, you're a very genuine person, and I'm always here to ride with you so the wheels fall
I
off. Like
appreciate that.
I appreciate you so much, man. And
Wow.
I just got a few questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's sure.
Yeah. So, Fever, which is one of the top songs. How did you come across Fave? Because I think Fave is so underrated. It's crazy, and I can see why the music industry is crazy. Like there's like a pick and choose. I can see that. But how did you guys come
Yeah.
across that?
I mean, I've it's going to sound weird to say, but I'd been developing Fave since say 2021, way before Fave came out. I'd been like in a process, working on songs, recording, producing. It's crazy that none of the records that we've made have been out yet, but I have been, around with Fave. So she was no stranger. When I made Fever, the day I made Fever, it's crazy that I listened to a song and I think it was Moto by Logi. And when I heard the song, I was like, bro, this song is so beautiful. I wish I had a song like this. And normally, if it was like the old me, the cover sounds, I would have sharp made a cover and posted it. But I had already outgrown that. I'm like, let me see what I can create off the feeling of the song. So that was the song that inspired me to make Fever. So I made Fever, without nobody on the second verse. It was just me. And the next day, I was supposed to have a session with Fav to work on some stuff. And I get there, and Fever was the last song loaded on my laptop. I just randomly played it because I just connected the speakers. I wanted to hear how it sound. And I just played the song. And Fav was like, "Oh, yo, what's the song?" I'm like, "I just recorded it yesterday." Yo. It's like, "Oh, we have to do the song. We're doing the song." Like, are you for real? And she was like, and she recorded immediately.
Right.
Like, that's how that song came. And after we recorded, I knew that this has to go out. This is not one of those songs that you overthink and say, okay, you want to keep it. There was no thought process with Fever. It was just a feeling. We just made it and we dropped it. Simple.
Mad. Beautiful record, man.
Wow. I mean, it sounds like real stuff. Like, you are so talented. Like, I'm just not just saying it. You're so good, bro. Like, and every day I'm constantly watching your stories. Like, you're just in your own lane. You don't bug nobody, just making your music and, gaming here and there and working out too. I see you getting the dues, and stuff like that. So yeah, I see you just in your own lane, but sometimes I just feel like the moment will pick you, the moment will pick you, and then that's it. Because right now, the kind of music you're putting out, in my honest opinion, I think you should be charting number one in a lot of categories. I mean, at your service, it's such a crazy banger. It's a good song, bro. I'm just I just even with DJ Ollie, Faji, that's a jam. These are great songs, and I'm just Kiss and Tell, and the one you made with Catching Cold.
Yeah.
Yo, that song is good. I'm just how are people asleep, man? Wake up! This guy is so talented. So I also respect the fact you call yourself a diamond, bro, because you know, your worth, and that's why every day I'm constantly when I post on my social media, I keep asking, when are you coming to the States? When are you coming to the States? I'm praying. I know it will happen sooner or later, but that whenever you drop your tour dates in the near future or soon in the United States, I'll be front row. I'll be wearing my Canadian tuxedo, which is a denim on denim, like you like to. I will be there, So, so I'm a big fan, bro. I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much, man.
And I pray that everything that you wish for, just lots of blessings for you. But I don't want to hog up too much of the mic, but I got another question because I love saying this part in all your songs. Full on, tell me a little bit about it.
So that's my alter ego. That's my production side. That's it just keeps the engine running. So most of the time, before I record a song, that's what helps to bring the ideas to life. Production just helps me imagine anything so that I can create when I have an idea. Okay, you know what? Today I want to do Fuji with a mix of R&B. Nothing sounds too crazy for me. The moment I just think about it, I do it. And that tag sort of seals the deal because it lets you guys know that this is a creative process. This was made from a creative process. This was not just one of those songs where the producer sends you a beat, sends a guy a beat, and he just sings on it. This was a whole process. This was, a journey. So yeah, and it's a Yoruba word, and it means give them. So when you hear it, you have this, you feel this energy that whatever is coming after it is, definitely something is that's worth your time, what's your attention. So yeah, that's what Fumo is all about.
Well, thank you so much for explaining it to me because I look forward to seeing that every time your song is playing. And I mean, your songs, even Spotify, my DJ knows for sure. You got to play Soundz for me all the time when I click that. So big fan. On social media, I put myself at Mr. Proper. Like I said, I'll never forget when you wish me a happy birthday. You really engage with your fans. It means so much to us. And at the end of the day, I'm patiently waiting. I can't wait to meet you in person. Trust me, you know who I am. I'm a pretty big dude. I like to be in the gym, so you know who I am. And in the near future, if you need any bodyguards, I'll send you my resume. You'll be impressed. You'll be impressed. So yeah. Anyways, I know we got people out here and stuff like that. But Soundz, hey, today I'm getting ready to get out of work, right? And my computer is like, hey, you need to change your password. Just know my password is about you. So just how much you mean a lot too. Yeah? Because I know
that one right there. That one right there.
Hey, big fan. This is just big fan bro love. Like, what I'm saying? Because I know I will remember because I have a habit of forgetting. But I'm like, oh no, like, okay. First of all, I saw the live. I'm like, I gotta join this right away. If my boy Soundz is on that, I gotta hop on that. So I appreciate Iman and just everyone getting this post going on, space going on. I hopped on right away, and then my computer said, "You got to change your password." So I'm like, "Okay, I can remember this if it's something about one of my favorite artists out there." So I wish you all the best. It's very nice to actually hear your voice and just sounds how clever you are. So I know when I pick my artist, there's something genuine about them. So. I'm glad to be a part of your team and your journey, and just know that, hey, like I said, I'm here with you till the wheels fall off. You are the best. Boom, one.
Yeah, thank you, man.
I appreciate it. That's amazing, man. I don't know. There's levels to fan love, man. And I think Sir Papa just like blew it out the waters, man. With that, I think that was the obvious connection there with your music, man. You can't buy that. Yeah. You can't buy that anywhere. That was amazing to witness. But yeah, man, we've had an hour with you, but I definitely still wanted to chop it up more. Especially with all the collaborations that you have so far on your discography. Who are some of the artists that you're looking forward to working with? Who are some? You mentioned Lil J, like Moto inspiring Fever. I feel like there's something there, especially with the Afro R&B thing that you guys have.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
definitely. Lil J is on there.
Yeah.
There's definitely Malik Berry.
Mad.
There's definitely, guys like I have stuff already with a couple guys that I wouldn't dream of having music with, but in due time you guys would definitely get to hear all of it. Okay. I also look forward to working with Fireboy.
True, that would be strong, man.
And then this guy Audio.
Yeah.
So there's I can go on and on.
Bro, you're in that R&B. Like I feel like you're you're in that like in that sphere of like Afro R&B, like so knee deep into it, because these names you're calling all like operate in that same playlist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, there are some weird ones in my head though, but I'm just, everything is a process. Like you come out phase by phase. So yeah,
mad. But just to highlight the recent release again, Numero, it literally was one of my favorites this past week as well, that dropped. Fantastic record, man. What can we expect now with this new one, with this new momentum that we're getting? Are we getting music video? Are we getting another project to follow up with this?
You're definitely there's a project ready. There's a project ready.
Nice.
There is so many things on the way. Probably might be one more single before the project, or I'll just give you guys project full. Either ways, I'm not coming back now. One of the things I told myself is, regardless of the feedback you get, regardless of the reception, I made a tweet some days ago that I said it feels like a fresh start. It feels exciting and it also feels scary at the same time, because I've sort of been like gone for so long, And while I was gone, I've been working on myself and working on my sound and working on, even when I knew that I had something, I knew that like I was better than the average artist already. But I wasn't looking to be average. I am not looking to be average. I'm trying to prove a point. Because, I mean, right now, everybody here has an idea of where I come from and the kind of place I come from. The artists that you know that come from Ikorodu, there's a certain, there's Ckay vibes, there's Zlatan, there's a way they, that when an artist says, yo, you come from Ikorodu, there's what people expect from you, but that's not my story. So I want to, make it a different impact. And I don't want to be limited by where I came from or what people see me for.
Wow.
So yeah, there's so much, man, so much. I am personally, I'm excited. I don't care what the industry says. I don't care what the chat says. I don't care about anything. All I know is I'm just gonna create my content, post my music, post it as many times as possible till you guys like it. If you don't like it, I move to the next one. If you don't like it, I move to the next one. On the next project, there's so many collabs, so many exciting collabs, man. So I don't want to give off some, but I can tell you, like, I have a record with Means.
Mad. Okay. Yes.
That's very exciting. Very exciting record. I have a record with. Should I tell you that? I won't tell you this one. You guys will surprise. But it's an exciting project, I must tell you, man.
Yo, man.
So yeah.
Nah, this has been really good. This has been a pleasure to get to know you a lot more, man. But like, bro, because you kind of mentioned this thing about being from Ikorodu and obviously not wanting to be, typecasted into a certain style of artist. Bro, it's very fascinating because I feel like for the last couple years now, especially with the rise of from Ckay, Ckay vibes, even down to street setting in a different parts of the country, like Odumodu and Charlie Poppy, they've been a very, very like street lean that we've had over time, like say from 2022 roughly, right? Kind of like choked up the industry in a way that almost like the more R&B leaning guys, the more sultry type of artists, that profile of artists were starting to not necessarily dwindle, but at least getting sidelined. And you had the rare cases where, say, you had like a Buju moment or someone else that would crack a moment, obviously by collaborating with one of those four artists that was dictating the space. Did you ever see, like, knowing that you're from a space where obviously that's your surrounding, that's your ecosystem, there was nothing about you that wanted to, in order to like play that role, or at least play or tap into that aspect of your artistry, like say making a lot more street leaning records that would obviously connect to the zeitgeist at that time, you know what I mean? But what made you stay true to what you've been holding on to entirely through your career, if that makes sense?
First, it's not easy. It takes God. It takes a lot of strength and, a solid team to stay grounded. And also, I do believe that there's always a phase.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Ckay vibes because before the world knew Ckay vibes, he was making sort of like street R&B. And people don't really see that, but now they're getting to see some of that. And it just shows that you can be anybody. You can do anything. I have records that once you listen to them, you will be so shocked as at what you were hearing. I've played around with songs. I mean, for an artist like me that I've produced artists like Jaido P, Shode, Badman Nico, you literally should know that there's nothing I cannot do.
Bro.
I just choose not to, or I just choose not to put some out. So sometimes I might come out and play and surprise you with one, something different. Yeah. But essentially, my target is I have a target. Mm-hmm. My target is not this ecosystem. It's far beyond this ecosystem. Like this is here and beyond. Mm. And as much as I know that I'm not trying to just stay here, I'm also obligated to have fun with you guys too and do, be versatile sometimes and just like do something unexpected, out of the ordinary, because, is needed. So yeah, I'm not really saying from now on the only sounds you're getting is Afro R&B.
Right.
There's still so much. There's so much more in the works. There's so much more versatility for you guys to experience that I'm even excited for you guys to hear.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's that. I mean, I'm influenced by the music. I hear it. I'm in the clubs. I hear it. Mm-hmm. I play around with it. When I work with artists too, some of them you tell me, oh, yo, you want this type of sound? I have no choice than to, add it to my system. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But, as well as I'm doing that, I have my sound reference for what I'm doing for each phase that I'm doing.
Gotcha.
So, this is, it's just like, bro, I cannot start. If you give me time, I can talk from now to tomorrow.
Yeah.
And let you guys on so many things that I'm working on and so many different. I can tell you for a fact that I've played with Fuji. Mm-hmm, I can tell you for a fact that I still made a song yesterday that is like Fuji. And I don't know when you guys are going to get those kind of music, but I do know that in the right timing, everything will align. That's one of the things I strongly believe.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not boxed. Mm-hmm. It's not a struggle to. Anytime I get a vibe, I create it. Whether or not I put it out, that's it. That's a management and team decision. Mm-hmm. But making the music, I do not limit myself to what I want to do. I have I do it with a free mind. Mm-hmm. Once I have the inspiration, do it, regardless of what comes out of it. Just do it.
Right.
So,
okay,
kind of guy I am.
Solid, man. That puts a lot of things into context, of course, and we already know that right now we've not essentially had a full length album per se from you, right? We've gotten EPs, and you were just speaking about your versatility. So I guess in the aspect of making an album, right? Like, I guess that's where we should be expecting, or to see you explore a lot more beyond what we've got.
Oh, I can't lie, you get it before the album.
Before the album, okay. Are they going to be singles as well? Is it going to be like front center? Because there's this thing where like people think Kiss Daniel has one style of music, like for instance, right, where it's all based on the choice of singles that he has put out in order to really market. And if he is choosing a certain type of songs to promote and market as singles, people would tend to look at him through a certain lens only. But if you go to his albums, where you see a lot more of the deep cuts in there, you see that he expands a lot more than the typical Bedu sound that we know him for, right? So like in your case now, building up to the album, building up to the full length where we get all the versatility pointers, like are you making it a pointer to throw those sounds or throw those records in our faces, like let us know that sound is capable of doing a lot more, right? And it's
what you had, like I said, it might not, a lot of them might not be on the next project that's coming. It might be singles after the next project. It might be, because I can tell you for a fact that right now I'm putting together like 2 projects at the same time. Like I have like a Y2K themed project separately where I played around hip hop, played around
R&B,
Fuji and Akbala. When I mean Y2K, I mean back Y2K.
Oh, okay.
So
that sounds
there's, there's still that. So I can categorize the the versatility in different ways. But for albums are really, I think now you should know that I'm a very, very intentional artist. And when the conversation of albums, I feel like albums are so, they are so fragile that you shouldn't toy around with them. Like, shout out to the artists that, have dropped albums. Like, shout out to Lona. Like, it takes a lot for you to go through as an artist to put an album together. It takes so much. So I feel like there's still, I have grown. There's still some level of growth that I need to still grow and experience.
Right.
For the album. I mean, I already have my album title in my mind. You get?
For sure.
I know the songs that I've created over the years that I know that this song, now my album in good day. But I'm not rushing the process at all. I'm not creating an untitled folder Soundz album. I'm not doing that until I get to the point where I feel like, yes, this is the next thing for you. This is the next phase for you.
Right.
I'm those kind of artists that can leave Nigeria and just go somewhere like Accra for like, lock myself up for like 4 months or 5 months to record an album.
Right.
I'm that kind of guy. Or just go to London and just, if I can afford it, I will do it. I don't get. So I'm very intentional when it comes to albums. And my first album, I don't know how it's going to sound yet, but I can bet that it's going to be amazing. So
yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that, bro. Bro, I still have some questions, man, because you've kind of
I'm here for you.
No, you kind of brought up some things now that obviously, like, it's very, very fascinating to see, because I think the biggest takeaway for me is learning how you as a producer, right? How you're taking in so many like requests, you're taking in so many like ideas from other people, but Soundz the artist is almost like, when I say protected and insulated in some way from everything else, because the way you said you produced for Badman Nicole, like that I could never picture that, you know what I mean? Like, because you are very, very distinct, like different sounds, different type of artist. So tell me, it's just I just want to even know further, how far deep does your producer credits go? Because the names you've mentioned are still very, very fascinating. You said Badman Nicole. You mentioned Balo Rankin?
No, Jaido P.
Yes.
Shode,
yes.
Those are the ones that just come off the top of my head. I'm still sure like that there are still some others, but like those ones are pretty like away from my music.
Yeah.
Sort of like, that when you hear the music, they are not related to Soundz.
Yeah, bro. It's so fascinating to me, man.
So I mean that's just another way of me having fun, literally.
Yeah.
Aside like I'm doing it for work, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's it's sort of like takes you back. Oh, you were working on this type of sound. Yeah, chill. And I mean, I also made a song for Simi and Chief Ebenezer Obi, and it was such an honor to be able to produce a song that my parents grew up. Jawo. Baby me Jawo. So it was on an album, and it was such a very big honor to be the youngin that produced such a great record for such a talented artist and such a legend. So these works, they are there, they are out there. But I mean, just like a lot of people don't believe that it's coming from this guy. So which is what I am trying to show with this new run, that there's that diamond, you people have to see it. You have to see it by fire, by force.
Yeah.
Even if you don't believe that these great things are coming out from this guy, like you have no choice at this point than to accept that, okay, this guy is already on our neck, so let's just accept him.
Yeah, man.
So that's how that's how deep the production is. There's still so much more that is on the way.
Right. You said you have an EP, you have a producer project coming up.
I have artists that I, really like. I like their sound. And, I'm not really working with like artists that are big.
Gotcha.
But I know I have an artist like Boy Mula, an amazing Fuji type of artist.
Right.
His sound is so distinct. An artist like Viral Boy, these are guys like you should check out. An artist like there's a babe Marisa, amazing guys. And I might not have like the pool to say I'm not a SARS, I'm not a Don Jazzy that I'll say yes.
Right.
I don't want to wait till I get to that point to be able to. I've always been about helping artists be better. So right now it's more of being less about how perfect the music should sound, and just being more creative. We make a project. This is the first of many.
Right.
I'm always gonna, be doing it. It's something I intend to do for a long time. Just make projects with artists, regardless of whatever is going on with Soundz. So yeah, it's just my own way of, I'll not say giving back to the community or anything, but it's just believing, like doing something for people I believe in, and putting it out to the world. Whatever happens.
Right. Oh man, like again, still learning more about you, learning more about your journey. Especially the other aspect, not just from the producer side of things, but also from the mentorship side of things. Learning that you've kind of mentored or been a part of the development of many artists. I'm very, very curious what your own observation is of the Nigerian industry right now. Like, what are some of the ills you feel like the industry has currently that is not set up right for the young artists that you're coming across? And even in your own case, like, what are some of the things that you believed that should have been in place or you should have been aware of prior to the time you were taking off digitally? You know what I mean? Like you said, you felt like you were ahead, or at least the music was ahead of you in terms of your progression. So just what are some of those things that you feel like overall the industry can course correct or be able to fix in order to see the development of all these artists that you're running into?
So if there's one thing that we have in Nigeria is like a factory of artists, factory of talents. So many talented artists come out every single day. And the ecosystem, it does not have enough diversity. People are scared to experiment because they are scared of people not accepting, them.
Right.
And when, it literally dawned on me what was going on was when I heard about audio.
Okay.
And I remember there was a time it was just dropping an EP. Was it an EP every month or a single every month? And almost like there was nothing so much going on, but he didn't mind. And I thought to myself, is it because he was in a different ecosystem? Why is it that we don't have any artist here doing things like that? Like, bro, if you have a belief that you're making this type of sound, just keep doing it. Don't try to change and fit in to what is on the charts or what you hear on the radio or what they play in the clubs.
Right.
That's one of the reasons why I'm going to give a very, very big shout out to Kumi. That's one guy that I've known for a long time, and he has stayed true to his sound up to the point where he took off. When he came out, a lot of people would think that this is just a new artist. Kumi has been in the game for a long time, and also in the background, but he stayed true to what he believed. And you would eventually see people that like what you like. It's just life. But I feel like our Nigerian, a lot of young artists are scared to take that chance.
Gotcha.
To do what they actually enjoy doing or what they like. I remember there was one time, as a producer, I was also making remakes of already made songs. So I did something. There was a Game of Thrones theme one time that was so popular. I did an Afrobeat remake, and it went crazy. I did, like, I was just playing around, and these things were going. I remember I did a remake for Feeling, Buju and Ladipo, and it was so crazy that I would be in the clubs. I go just hear phone. I didn't do it to make myself more popular or anything, but I just did it because I was having fun.
Right.
And over time, it's helped me grow and helped me become better, in my talents. I know what I'm doing more. I know, I did this worked. I did this did not work. You get, but I wasn't trying to be someone I'm not.
Right.
I can be inspired by people, but I was just doing what I genuinely enjoyed. And I feel like only a few artists are actually doing that. Shout out to Fola too. Fola is one of those guys that from his sound, you can tell that this boy has been doing what he enjoys since. Yeah. His sound is no different from what he has been doing since 2020, 2021. If you knew Fola then, his sound is still the same. It's just that people he's now big now.
Yeah.
And the co-signs are there. So same thing with that, same goes for Buju's story. Every single artist that is up there right now, same thing Omale, all of them stuck to their sound. All of them stuck to what they believed. They didn't try to pretend and be someone they are not and all of that. Right. I mean, you can be, like I said, you can be inspired, but deep down you know what you want and you know what you like. So just do it. Okay. So I feel like if we did that more, we would we'll have so much more talent and so much more success for our talents.
Man. Bro, you sound like the ultimate creative, man. It sounds like you're definitely focused on just the art aspect of things, because even when I was asking that question, I was thinking you would gear it towards the business, more logistical side of things. But yeah,
there's not much you can do about the business side. Like, the business side has been taken over long ago. Like, I mean, bro, you know the kind of people you are coming to compete with in the business aspect, and it will just be a waste of time trying to, like, you literally know. Yeah. So just forget about that. Once the art is strong, there will be almost nothing to stop it, because once your music starts getting acceptance, people start coming to you. People start reaching out. Okay, yeah, they want to sponsor you. They want to do this. Other bigger artists now want to give you a cosign. They now want to give you a feature or do it. You get everything will align at the end of the day, because everybody goes through FOMO. So when you see the next big thing, you want to have a piece of the cake. So you just make sure that you work on your art and make sure your art is strong enough that once it starts to take off, everybody wants a piece and you have enough to give. So that's...
No, I definitely hear that. I hear that point. I think the priority at the end of the day has to be the material, right? It has to be the product itself that you're putting out there. But I mean, but like you said, right, there were some things that you felt that could have essentially prepped you ahead of the success that your music was making, right? Just from getting in front of it, in terms of building a team, in terms of just like being able to, I guess, benefit a lot more from the momentum that you're having and be able to capture it well, right? So like in that aspect, right? Like, what are some of the things that you felt that at that point in time you had like maybe like a knowledge gap or information gap from, or what was some of the things that set you back from taking up that moment? Because right now it feels like you are in a much more like sound place. It feels like you're a lot more like confident about what your next move is. I think you have all your affairs in order now. So it's like, what was the gap at that moment where the record that you mentioned, was it Darasimi that was picking up and picking up its own moment? You know what I mean? So yeah, what was that gap?
I mean, it takes one. You can have a marketing budget for your song, but you also need a budget for yourself. It took me a while to understand that marketing the music is different from marketing the artist.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Artists have to be marketed. You don't just expect that your music is taking off and people would find you. But if you want to be where your music is, because we have to think about it logically. Right. Music travels, sound travels in a faster speed than light. So before you get there, the sound has gotten there. There's no magic you want to do. There's nothing, literally. It's just as simple as if someone hears my song on Spotify and is in a room playing it where there are 10 people. Out of those other 10 people, maybe 5 can pick it up again and go and play it. So before you know it, the sound has gone to like 50 people, but you can't physically do that. Right. Before you can do that, you don't even know, how do you want to even assess them? How do you want to put them together? Where do you know that you want to go? So it takes, it also takes a lot to market yourself as an artist. And you have to do precision and strategy. You have to know what you're doing. And that's where branding comes in. Right. You have to, what kind of artist am I? How do I want to portray myself to the world and they see me differently? How do I come different and look different from other artists that they've seen? What will make them like me more? What will make them talk about me? All of that. So it's not, there are things that's why a lot of artists do a lot of trial and error. So you see an artist come with a particular hairstyle today, tomorrow he has changed it. Or someone is working with a cap today, tomorrow he's using walking stick or something. You get like the industry has turned artist branding to a very, 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 very crazy space that you have to think outside the box. Right. And sometimes you have to run mad before you are noticed. So it's either you run mad or you have the money to put yourself, rub your face in front of people. Right. Or you just, keep doing your thing and put your, eventually people will catch up. Right. So I think that's what some of the things I didn't know then. And even if I knew then, I could not afford to do it. Right. Just being real. So there's nothing I would have said I would have done differently. Right. I just, I'm happy the music went. I'm grateful for where I am.
Bro, but again, as a creative, as an artist yourself, does that frustrate you though? Like knowing that the music, the talent isn't enough in this day and age, that you almost have to be a personality. You have to be like, because again, connected to the branding situation, right? Like you almost have, that's why you see people kind of somewhat like fake vent or have a rant on social media when sometimes it doesn't come off like this person really wants to be doing this. It feels like they're feeling obligated to do it. Like it doesn't feel as natural. Does that frustrate you as a creative, knowing that these antics, this like other things that don't necessarily are connected to your music per se, but in terms of the information age we're in, like look at the situation that we have with like Made Kuti recently talking about Femi Kuti's story, right? How our attention span, how no one picked that up. But in the day and age where, I don't know, Portable would do something crazy like on Instagram Live that would go viral, like competing with all those type of pieces of nuggets of information and beef here and there and all that aspect. Does that I would imagine it would frustrate someone that is just about the music, is about the art itself. From your POV, like I know you've come to terms with it, like you obviously understand it, but does it actually frustrate you? Like are you at peace with it? Like
see, it's a tug of war, man. Especially, see, for example, it's as simple as even between myself and my manager. Right. Like, there are sometimes I can randomly talk about an artist. Okay, did you see what this person did? And he will respond like a manager. When I'm probably expecting him to respond like him, like my guy. Say the gist. Yeah. And that's just an artist evolving. I'm like, oh, here we go again. And it's just so crazy that because of the age and time, you just have to do so many crazy things to that are not even, that most likely might not be part of your personality,
right?
To sort of like make yourself known. And it's crazy because there are so many artists. So before you even think of what is the thing that I want to do that is so different from what someone else has been doing, because once you mention one thing, you can think about two people that are already doing it. Once you think of, okay, let me walk in like this, there's someone already doing it. You it's just like that. Yeah. So it's a very, 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 it's very challenging, but at the same time, I feel like one way or the other, in the midst of all this madness, you will find yourself.
Right.
You will definitely find where you fit in and the things that you can do. So it just takes a lot of looking inwards. So rather than looking outside for what you can copy, it's more of looking inside to personalities of you that you can expand.
Right.
That, okay, is this, I know I'm this kind of guy. So should I be the kind of guy, should I bring this trait out to the world so people can see more of it? If I know, say, I decrease, should I show the world that Chris? If I know, say, I'm a sweet boy, should I show that side? So I feel like that way, once you figure out your strengths and you expand your strengths, that's where your uniqueness comes from.
Okay.
So
yeah. And speaking of strengths, like are there things that you have that probably you've not necessarily shared with your fans or with your music lovers right now? Like, say, for instance, we all know Adekunle Gold is like a Man United fan. Like, are there aspects of are there like hobbies, are there interests that you have personally that you feel like you can probably relate to your fans, other than like saying in the realm of music? You know what I mean? Like, are there things like that you have?
Bro, I'm not proud to say it, but I'm the life of the party. I mean,
okay.
Once I'm in the club, oh my God.
so that's your, yeah. Nah.
I mean, I like to enjoy myself when I'm outside. So I do not care whatever, once the music is good, bro, I'm going to be all over the place vibing.
Right. So that's just, your thing.
Because so that's like one of my things. Gotcha. I can say, yeah, I can. People don't really know, or people don't really see. So for now, yeah, there's that. Aside, obviously, the production side.
Right. All right, man. Yo, this was such it was such a late notice. I hit you up very, very like randomly this morning because I was just listening to the record and I feel like, bro, I wonder if Soundz would be open to conversation. So I really, really want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking on this interview, this feature here on the space, bro. We are big fans here, as you can see.
Thank you very much.
Lots of people here are big on your music, big on the vision that you have. So we are here to definitely help document it and talk about it. So appreciate you for doing this a big one.
Thank you very much for having me. It means so much, so much to me.
Appreciate
everything that everybody has said. I can't, express how I feel about everything, but it's one of these are things that keeps me going. These are things that always reminds me that, bro, there are people watching you, there are people that care.
Yeah.
So just do you.
For real.
So thank you. Big shout out to everybody here.
Appreciate you, man. Nah, this was very good. I learned so much about it all made sense. It's all adding up for Mr. Easy being part of your inspirations, man. It makes sense. Like learning about the production aspects, bro. Thank you so much, man. And hopefully we get to chop it up soon when you have a lot more to put out there,
Definitely soon.
Thanks,
we'll
man.
be back.
Thanks, man. All right. Appreciate you, bro.